New Zealand is a very unique country, and it's not only because of its spectacular beauty. It also has some quite special wildlife, like the tuatara, which is the only surviving relative of the dinosaurs. But what you may not know is that New Zealand's only native land mammals are bats. The long-tailed bats weigh about 10 grams and can fly at 60 kilometres an hour.
Even though scientists know a lot about bats, there is one thing that they do not know, and that is what it feels like to be a bat. Thomas Nagel posed this question in a famous paper in 1974, and philosophers are still pondering the answer to it and what consciousness really is.
So philosophers have nicknamed consciousness the hard problem because despite knowing lots of stuff about the brain, we still really don't know yet why it is that our conscious states have the particular character that they do. So we don't know why oranges look to us to be a certain way, namely kind of orangey usually, rather than that appearance appearing to us to have a different kind of colour property. Animals like bats and dogs and rabbits, I think, have some minimal sense that they exist. So if what you want to know when you ask whether something exists is whether it's able to represent the world around it and represent itself in the world in relation to those things, then those animals, I think, have that capacity because they need to have that to be able to navigate in the world. But what they can't do is ask why they exist rather than, for instance, don't exist, because they don't have those higher level cognitive mechanisms. I don't think current robots are aware that they exist because current robots are just not sufficiently sophisticated. It's actually really hard to build good robots and to build robots even that can navigate in the world in a really rudimentary way. But that still leaves open the question that future sophisticated robots might well be able to ask themselves why they exist.
Even though we may never have thought about it, the fact that we are conscious and aware that we exist is a very unique property. Materialistic scientists believe that human beings are complex machines, but it's very surprising that we would be aware that we exist if we were just machines. Is your car or your computer aware that it exists?
Neuroscientists have come a long way in explaining various mechanisms that the brain has, perception, various different kind of higher order reasoning. So there's lots of things that are part of what it is to be conscious that neuroscience can tell us lots about. I think what neuroscience hasn't yet been able to do is tell us why the particular kind of way we feel about the world is that particular way. So they can tell us why light is reflected from a mandarin in a particular kind of way and why our perceptual systems respond to that, but they can't tell us why it looks orange, for instance, rather than blue.
Being conscious comes very naturally for us as human beings, and we can sometimes be almost unaware of it as we go about our daily lives. It indicates that we are more than just very sophisticated machines. If we are conscious, perhaps there's something greater that is conscious as well. Now that's something to ponder about.